at Sherwood Forest Fair, and this mofo right here can't go 5 feet without having people come up and hug him like he's a long-lost child.
We're not putting those in the face, are we? I hate you.
He hates me because I'm honest. Let's be real clear here. We walk everywhere. It took us 10 minutes to get everywhere because he has to, like, man crush on everybody.
I know a lot of people.
It's okay. I'm making fun of you.
Years.
What?
I've been here for 8 years. I love how you have headphones in and it's not even plugged in.
I know. I haven't figured out where to plug them in at. So, we're gonna take some time. Jeffrey's already been giving me a tour. Look at his angry face. I want to show you everything. Like, seriously. So we're at Sherwood Forest Fair. I have sadly never been out here before. I haven't been out here because I've never been able to make it in the past, but we've always sent people out.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you can come get in the shot.
All right, yes, sir. Hi.
Harley is inside. She has a shop here getting things ready. So the three of us are going to be doing a behind-the-scenes tour of Sherwood Forest Fair today on Fanservice. What's our tagline?
Sherwood Forest Fair. What?
Welcome to Fanservice, your weekly geek fuel trip into the world of pop culture. I'm your host, Gavin, joined by
Jeffrey.
And Harley will be around.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're at for Sherwood Forest Fair. I can't talk today.
No, you cannot.
It's been a long morning so far.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do, we're going to show you what the behind the scenes of a Renaissance fair, what it takes to build a Renaissance fair, and I'm going to give you a bit of a little tour. We're going to I can't even talk either.
We're having a day.
We're going to be able to meet the owner of the Renaissance fair here and, you know, just get to know some of the actors and what it takes to entertain you, the audience, when you come here.
So it's going to be an interesting look behind the scenes. Jeffrey's going to take us on a quick tour of highlights to make sure you visit, and what to expect when you come here. And Harley will be with us, and they'll be doing more things, and we'll have lots of fun. So don't go anywhere. So he's mad because I don't have very long arms. I don't know if you can see. I don't have really long arms, but Jeffrey's got like monkey arms. So here, you take it.
Oh,
you make
see,
it right.
this is so. Well, did you like actually zoom in or out? What is? I don't even know. Take this away from me. I can't do this. Let's go.
We're using smaller cameras today as we decide to walk around the Ren Fair because it's just easier for us. So it's a very hands-on style. And I think Jeffrey jacked was. Oh, look there! I'm zooming. Okay, let's see. First off, look at this map, Jeffrey. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 8 years since the fair's opened.
And how much has it grown since then? I mean, look at all of this stuff.
There's a lot of new stuff on here. It's definitely it's been the same size right here, but it's really developed. There's been a lot more new shops. There's a lot of shops upgrading their own shops. As we go through the woods here, we'll definitely see some upgrades that some of the shops are doing, and it's just amazing. The architecture, the design that follows is just beautiful. And
yeah, they're doing a bunch of upgrades right now before they open.
And right now, we're right near the Seven Sisters Stone Circle, so we're about right here.
Shouldn't there be like some sort of "you are here" like they do at the mall?
I think some of the maps are going to be getting upgraded as we go through, but we just entered through the main entrance. Up here is the castle and the keep and everything.
We're going to end there.
Yes, we will end up in the keep and such. Right now, we're actually going to go, and around the corner here is the Seven Sisters Stone Circle.
Before you go, what would the "you are here" marker be for Ren Fair? Would it be a magic wand? Would it be a troll?
It would probably be a knight and a lady in waiting. You are here.
Save me!
So, come on, follow me. So this is one of my favorite places here in the forest. I was on cast for about 6 years, and then I stopped being on cast, and now I actually officiate weddings out here. So people get married here. The Seven Sisters Stone Circle is, these stones are actually imported from India. They are quite a blessing. Every year we have druids that do come out every spring solstice, and they re-bless the stone circle. This is an area where everyone just pretty much comes out and gathers. There's a fire pit here in the middle, and the magic that brings here, we've had dances, we've had weddings. My friend Tara and I, we actually built a whole entire circle within the circle and had a whole entire pagan type wedding. It was just one of the most magical, beautiful places we've ever done. And during off time of the Renaissance Fair, we actually have it to where there's gatherings. And gatherings is the main spot. People play drums. At the end of the day, we have fire dancers, everything. And you can see around that there's been some development, so they're upgrading their shop right there. We're upgrading the bridges because there's a creek that's formed over the years. So we have our wood pile right over here, and actually this is like the biggest tree here in the whole entire Renaissance grounds. Is the Greenwood. It's the only tree that has its name. It's the biggest one, it's the oldest one, and it's actually named after the Greenwood Stage, which is right down there, which it's something about this place is just so magical and everything. And I myself have climbed this tree hundreds of times. I have gone from here all the way up probably to near the tip top. There's usually a lot of ferries that, the ferry cast that is here, the troupe here, they gather, and it's just, this place is just magical. And if you have not been here, definitely come. You'll be amazed at what you get to see out here.
What would a Ren Fair be without a bar, right, Jeffrey?
That is true. So here today we're over at the Three Stag Pub. The Three Stacks Pub is probably one of the most popular pubs that we have here.
Do you have to make a reservation?
No.
Do they have a maitre d'? He's like, your name, is it on the list? He's like the snotty Frenchman, is your name on the list?
Oh my gosh, no, it's not like that. So it's a free-for-all, anyone can come on in.
It's going to be dark in there, so don't expect this camera to be like, oh my god, Jeffrey, you're so bright.
We'll just go to the entrance right here. So we have a small little stage where a bunch of bands do play. We have some chairs and such like that. We have sometimes they put some candles up on the podiums and such. You can put your drinks up here when you're just chatting with your friends. They have a lot of open space. We have the bar right here, which some of the finest drinks is Thorn's Viking Mead. If you ever heard of that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to try to taste it, come out to the Renaissance Fair because you'll definitely like it. But the Three Stacks Pub is probably one of the most popular areas to go to. They have usually a lot more benches. There's people who host birthday parties here and everything. You're right next to the joust field right over there, which we'll probably go to next.
Ooh, jousting.
You have a bunch of shops over here that sell various variety of wares.
We just can't talk today.
We can't, but it's all right. We have a little water wheel here. We have a merry-go-round that gets installed throughout the time, and the kids
with real animals?
Not real animals.
Well, where's all the animals in the merry-go-round? Because I don't see no animals on it.
That's why I said it gets installed, Gavin. Come on, let's go.
We're at the jousting field, and I just learned that they don't joust on ostriches like they do in the video game. Who knew?
So now we're here at the joust field, and if you hear some
buzzing, you're getting cat calls from the guys behind us. They're cat calling Jeffrey.
Of the ferry troupe here at Sherwood. Hey guys, we'll come find you in a little bit. So here at the joust field is where they actually have full contact jousting. There is, of course, there's nothing really rehearsed. They go on it and they will hit and everything. Jousting is actually a state sport in Maryland. And it's amazing. They have archery tournaments here to
I feel like we need one of those pop-up things. Jousting is a state tournament in Maryland. Did you know? Jeffrey going, did you know?
Hey,
did you know?
Sir, I am from Maryland.
That explains an awful lot.
So, hey, Maryland Blue Crab, it's where it's at. So, but yeah, no, they have archery tournaments to where you can compete in the tournaments. And, you do some practices on the other side near the front gate. And then if you get qualified to come here, and I think near the end of the day, they actually do have tournaments to where if you win, you might win a prize, which is really neat. Because
what kind of prizes do you get at Ren Fair? Like the Black Plague in a bottle?
No, Gavin. There's medals and such like that. There's actual trophies, little memorabilia. There's sometimes you can get tokens and get something free over at the souvenir shop near the front entrance. But it's really neat the way they have everything going here. The tournaments is really nice because one, the jousting, you don't really see this kind of jousting anywhere else. And then on top of that, the archery tournament is where you as a patron, if you know how to archery, hey, come on.
You know how to archery?
Archery. I'm sorry.
We know how to archery because we've watched Brave.
But you get the gist of what I'm basically saying. And it's just amazing the amount of patron engagement that they put
There
in.
seems to be a lot of that here so far, which I think is a really good thing.
There is, and that's what Sherwood is all about. They're about family, and this is a very family-friendly fair to where they want to make sure not just the little ones have a good time, but also adults as well. And
What about little adults?
come on, guys, let's go on down over to the Ferry Court.
I broke Jeffrey in like 3 visits. Go, Jeffrey, go. You should feel right at home here, right?
Yes, so now we are at the Ferry Courtyard to where they have usually around, I believe, 3 o'clock. I'm not sure if the time has changed yet, but we'll definitely get that information updated once we find out. The Ferry Courtyard is probably one of the most entertainment areas for children. There's been ferry tea parties that the ferries host. They tell stories, they have song, they have dance, they have musicians that come here. And this whole area, this whole courtyard right here is filled with, the most I've seen is 130 kids plus.
Are you sure that's capacity?
Let's just say that we have parents out here. I've seen lines going from here all the way up this hill going around the corner. And I remember when I was on the ferry cast as the Ferry King, I was up here on the stage entertaining the kids. We had the group, the troupe, the background music. This is what happens behind the fairs when they starting to get ready, you know, get some music and such.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
But we have a little shop where they go ahead and serve the tea, they serve the food, and the ferry troupe does probably one of the most miraculous things ever out here. I mean, the amount.
Are you saying that because you were a ferry trooper?
Yeah, we could say
a
that.
Ferry trooper, like lock and load.
No. Let's just say that this is one of the most magical times to be a kid, to come out here at Sherwood and get to enjoy a ferry tea party. And it's some of the most beautiful moments you can have with your children when this goes on.
Jeffrey, we're going into a chapel. Is this a safe thing?
Yes, it's the same thing, guys.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You know, every time we take a break, people on Fanservice get married.
This is May Marion's Chapel, one of the most sacred places besides the Seven Sister Stone Circle. This is where we have a lot of the weddings and so forth. We even have proposals, we have mock weddings, the entertainment, the patrons and everything. So we're basically, this May Marion's Chapel is where they have a lot of weddings. They're most beautiful, elegant ones you can ever have. They do draping on the sides. They have knights and everything over at the end. Sometimes the king even interrupts and says, "Do you object?" And the king's like, "I object." And everyone's like, "Oh, it's the king." And you basically will kneel down and bow because you're like, "Oh, what's the king doing here?" And it's really neat because Sherwood, what they do, they like to import their actors and come here and to entertain, not make just a wedding, but make it more. Make it something surprising, something very magical for your day to remember.
My wedding had fireworks. Did they have fireworks here?
We used to have fireworks, but we stopped having fireworks. We now have fire dancers at the end of the night.
My wedding also had really, really strong trash can punch. Do they have that here?
That depends if you're camping out. If you want to bring your own punch and make it, be your guest.
Do you remember drinking all that trash can punch at my wedding, Jeffrey?
I don't want to recall, because I don't recall that night much. Alright, here at Sherwood, we have a sacred oak garden to where these trees have been planted with the memorials of fallen patrons, actors, people who have touched the Renaissance Circuit hearts. There have been people's ashes who are actually buried underneath some of these trees. One of them right here is, this is Lord Bud's tree. We have David Myers. We have just so many people that we have lost over the years, and it was the owner's idea to basically remember people in this ordeal. And as we go through these woods, as time goes on, we're going to remember these people, and it's something that is very sentimental to a lot of people, especially myself. Actually, one of my dear friends who passed away, we're going to be having a memorial for him as well here, and we'll choose a location. But as time goes on, we lose our friends, and what best way to remember them by planting a tree in their memory. And then as the years go on, this would be a beautiful sacred oak garden to where these Texas live oaks will grow at least 40, 50, 60 feet high. And it's probably one of the most sacred, sentimental, and valuable places that Sherwood has here. And that's why Sherwood is here, is to act as a community for the people. And it's something that's very touching. And if you ever get a chance to come out to Sherwood, come here, ask whose tree is this, anyone, and they'll tell you, what that person did, why we have that tree planted here, and it's something very beautiful. So here we have the Greenwood, the biggest stage that they have out here at Sherwood. This is where musicians, fire spinners, all sorts of different shows during the Robin Hood Merry Men.
Is it safe to have fire spinners in an all-wood stage?
Yes, it is. We do take safety protocols here at Sherwood. But this stage is actually the very first piece of Sherwood that was built when they first developed, from what I've heard. I could be wrong, but it's definitely one of the most biggest attractions they have here, besides the jousting arena, the Lionheart's area, and the keep up north. So, up south, actually, because we're facing north. But as everywhere, this place has trap doors. This place is definitely, probably...
Are you going to give us a performance?
Huh?
Are you going to give us a performance?
No.
Not this time, huh? Say boo, Jeffrey, boo! Boo, Jeffrey, boo! All together now!
Boo, Jeffrey, boo. So here we're at Ginas Ferry Garden. One of the most magical aspects to go into. Gina has basically developed this place. She's taken branches that have fallen off, broken statues. She's taken twine, rope, everything you can kind of think of an outside element, and basically has developed it into just a little bit of a landmark of what Sherwood is. It shows you the nature and the spiritual aspect she's put into this is beyond beautiful. I just really enjoy it. Oh, the kids definitely enjoy it. You know, you got little toadstools that you can actually sit on, and it's just like one of those nice places.
I actually have one of those in my. I actually have one of the original in my front yard.
See, it's so nice to just come into an area, just sit down and relax. And also, it's next to one of the stages here, to where basically.
No, don't cut or rake.
Do not cut or rake.
Natural.
Yeah, everything is completely natural. But it's nice because it's right next to the stages, to where you can actually enjoy the bands and all the musicians that come here to play throughout the day.
Wyman Alchemy actually performs here.
That is true. And we also have the hookah lounge right next door. We have axe throwing in the back over there. And we also have the little jousting roller coaster type ordeal that they have going on.
You can get Jerusalem Pub.
This is definitely one of the central areas of Sherwood, to where it's probably the most populated, actually, besides the joust field, the Greenwood, and the Three Stags in the Lionheart, which actually, do you want to go to Lionheart?
Yeah, let's go to Lionheart.
Let's go to Lionheart.
Oh, you missed Jeffrey dancing. I wasn't missing it this time, bitch.
So, we're here at the Lionheart Tavern, established in 1196.
1986. I mean, come on, dude.
This is actually a pretty neat development they've had in the last couple of years. This is another one of their major populated areas. This tavern has a lot of seating. They have really great musical people going on. We even have a Celtic music festival that happens in September of every year here at Sherwood, to where they have bands come in from international, like Ireland,
Yeah.
Europe.
They let us. If you own a shop, you're able. If you buy, you can come in and set up your shop.
Yeah, it's amazing on the aspect and the community that they build around. And you can see some development of some new shops being.
This is usually where we
put
keep
up right
tents
now.
by the joust,
Yeah.
but we're building new development, new shops.
I like this tavern, the way it, this is one of the areas that wasn't really populated, so they decided to do something new. And when they built this, this bar has like non-stop lines all day long. It's probably one of my favorite places here. Just the authentic, like, just overall architecture they have for this. It's amazing. The candy shop right there in that tower, that's my favorite place.
Jeffrey and I hang out there.
I didn't know they had roller coasters
Yeah, we have roller coasters.
in the Renaissance Festival, Tara.
Well,
It's for jousting.
This is where you can actually joust. This is for
Because you can't get on the horses.
Yeah, so this is, well, there is a little bit of a horse ride. There's camel rides. There's a maze in there, but
Well, you
for
can't
this,
ride the big horses.
No, not the war horses. But this here is actually where you can actually get on a makeshift horse, a wooden horse, and it goes all the way, all the way through. You actually have a little jousting pit, and you try to get the hooks off, like ribbons and such. If you get, you win. If not, you just roll right back in.
My other
Go
favorite
again.
game is axe throwing.
Axe throwing and knives is probably some of people's most favorite sport out here.
It's my favorite thing to do when I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'm mad, I just go through
Really,
knives.
release some tension. Just
What could you possibly have to be mad at a Ren Fair?
Behind the scenes. We don't talk about the magic
behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
There's
We're giving
always
you a look behind the scenes, but not
There's-
the behind the scenes.
well, there's always going to be drama in theater, if anything. But this
We
is
are a bunch of
definitely-
theater kids.
This is definitely a great aspect that they add to the fair.
Yeah, we are definitely a bunch of theater kids.
They even have
Okay.
We are at Sherwood Forest Keep, to where basically it's a keep, it's a castle, it's amazing. It's one of the most magical places here I really enjoy to come to. So let's go on inside and check it out. Come on.
Okay, so life's gonna get weird here in a second.
It is. Hello.
Oh, it's like a
So-
whole-on castle inside.
So in just a few moments, we're going to go meet basically George Appling, one of the owners of Sherwood Forest. And this is inside the keep, one of the many various places that make this place
Function.
Sherwood.
The castle.
Okay, this is just awesome.
So
This
we have
is-
parties in here.
We have the Great Robin Hood Feast. This is the Great Hall of Sherwood Forest. And it is something amazing about it.
This is where we do one of my favorite events, is the big tasting every year.
They do. It's for the what is it called, Harley? It's the rescue. Thank you. Who's back there?
Who's hiding?
Lady Constance, come on over here.
Wow.
This is one of my dear friends, Lady Constance, and she's been here forever and a day.
She keeps some of the back running.
She's
going.
the caretaker of Sherwood Forest Keep, basically.
castle.
Yeah, it's amazing. Can you tell us a little about this place and why we have it here?
We have it so the guests can also stay. We have 5 rooms. We also have a bridal suite because we have weddings and the bride may get dressed in there. And the owners live on the other half, and I kind of keep the castle running. And
Love it.
also on cast as Constance de Hauteville.
It's amazing. And so when they,
Oh,
When
have
they-
you told them about the feast?
we were mentioning about the feast a little bit.
Hey, we kind of touched
It's
on it.
Robin Hood's feast.
And how much are tickets this year?
100.
$100.
It's actually really worth it, guys. I promise.
It is
It sounds steep.
all you could eat and all you could drink of any type of beverage that you would like. Lady Constance likes the bee sting.
That's actually
Get my soda.
that's one of
Yes.
my, that's actually one of my favorite drinks is the bee sting.
Yeah.
And
I didn't get to drink it last year.
I do really appreciate the fireplace that they have right here, which they do light fires. Even during summer camp that Sherwood Forest has, the campers actually get to stay inside the Great Hall. And I think that as a child, this is one of the amazing places ever.
And it's divided?
It is divided. They build a wall in the middle, and they have the girls on one side and the boys on one side. You know, this is where the director of the summer camp lives as well, with a bunch of the other counselors. And it's just, it creates a magical element that the Sherwood Forest campers get to experience, which I definitely appreciate.
Now, last year we did have a bad storm, and they evacuated everybody from our shops. They evacuated our patrons, and we actually all came in here. They kept us entertained. It was during ASL weekend last year, so we had shows going. We continued shows.
There were so many people in here, but everyone just had a great time. It was like one of those parts in the movies where, you know, you go into like a great hall and everyone's just partying Kingsley and everything.
We kept going. We didn't stop just because
of a storm.
Of a storm.
It's rain or shine. The fair is open. We are here to entertain all day, and it's probably one of those magical moments. You have the fairies up in the balcony. You have Robin and Merry Men. You have the sheriff's deputies, and you have patrons alike just being part of the magic that they build here.
We had small children, and we didn't want them to be scared, so we kept going. You know, if somebody got frightened, we had a couple of power flickers. When kids got frightened, we just kept the show going.
Kept the show going and get their mind off of the dangers that was happening outside. And that's another reason why I really do appreciate Sherwood, because they bring the community together no matter what kind of element they're going to be in. So this is the Great Hall, and it's something that you definitely have to come see if you get a chance.
You can definitely come find Jeffrey and I here at least once.
Or will we all be drunk?
At least one. I might be a little plastered.
Everyone gets deep in their cup every now and then. We have a good time overall. So stay tuned. So here at Sherwood Forest Fair, they have a pasture out here where they have all the horses that they actually use in the joust and walk through the fairgrounds and such. And I'm here with one of the owners, George Appling. So George, what exactly are you doing right now?
We are saddling the horses. Our feeder cast does something called the joust games, which is we use a 10-foot solid lance, a 6-foot spear, and a regular longsword, and we go at targets at a full gallop in the joust arena. So
it's full contact jousting.
Well, the full contact jousters are a different crew. This is the theater cast does the joust games, and then we have joust troop that smashes the heck out of each other. Body parts flying everywhere.
That's fantastic. And how long does it normally take you to saddle your horse?
He's 17.
A few minutes.
He was 17 too.
This guy is 18 hands
18.
too. He's a 13, 14-year-old Percheron gelding. He's very fast, very big.
And gorgeous.
And very good looking.
And this is one of your newest horses that you guys just recently got?
No, well, I've had this guy for a while. He and I have been doing joust games for a couple of years. The new horses are in quarantine down there.
Oh, those, we did
Those
see them when we
are
were driving up.
the two we saw.
Yeah, they're Belgians, a Belgian gelding and a Belgian mare, 10 and 12 years old.
And George, how long have you been riding horses?
I'm entering my 5th year of riding, but I ride about 50 times a year.
Wow.
My claim to fame is that on my home course, I did once legitimately beat the world champion of joust games, Charlie.
Nice.
I beat him more than once, but it once was legit. Then he got mad because he lost and challenged me to a rematch, and he beat me by 1 point. And it's mostly because this guy is so fast. He is crazy fast. This is our athlete. All this muscle.
So George, why Sherwood? What brought you to Sherwood? Why do you want to? What do you bring to the community of Sherwood Forest and everything?
Well, there's a couple of different questions in there. You know, why did I do this in the first place was I decided a very long time ago, probably 15 years ago, that I wanted to align my business skills, which is what I've been trained to do professionally, with my personal passions. And fair has always been my personal passion. Kind of the one personal passion that lasted my entire life. So I decided a very long time ago I wanted to get into the fair business. And so I did. Created this place, and this is what I love to do.
It's beautiful. And you guys now within the last about what, going on 5 years summer camp now?
Summer camp. Yeah, we'll be going into our 6th year.
6 year.
Oh.
Yeah. Huge success, growing like mad. We had 443 kids here in July.
That's
Not
fantastic.
at the same time. We had like 150 a week for 3 weeks. It was incredible.
You have a storyline that follows with that, so the kids can definitely be part of the adventure and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is it's a full-time 6-day show. Yeah, summer camp's amazing. Fair's amazing. So you're asking, why Sherwood? What's better about this place? I mean, it's very similar to Renaissance festivals across the nation. The way we think we're a little bit better is we think our theater is better. I mean, we do have a castle siege with a mounted sword fight and flaming arrows, and we set a castle on fire. Like, nobody does that.
Nobody sets their own house on fire.
Yeah. We do have full contact jousting every day. We have a full contact jousting tournament once, one weekend. Sorry, I'm breathing hard because I have a cracked rib, and I've got bandages. I know I've got bandages around, so I'm constricting my lungs.
No, it's completely understandable.
We think we're better on food, music, jousting, theater. These are the ways where if you've been to a lot of fairs, when you come here, you'll see those things and go, wow, that's really a level above.
Yeah.
Another thing would be that, almost all of our artisans are making things by hand. There's very little by way of, merchants who are just buying and selling, or there's hardly anything that's imported. It's a really strong handcrafted market.
That's amazing.
I mean, last year we did have imports, and this year we decided not to do it either because we wanted to keep up with the game.
That's it.
The authenticity that follows with the way the Renaissance Fair is and how they've developed is just out of this world. And the amount of audience participations you bring to the community that comes out to see you guys, I mean, Sherwood is just definitely a magical place all around.
That's another interesting thing. We call it a Renaissance Fair, or we've been calling it a Renaissance Fair because that's what people know what that means. We're actually a medieval fair. We're in our timeline. We're in 1197, so it's full on Middle Ages. You looking at the camera?
Hi.
He is looking at the camera.
I will show everybody how I do this.
Up.
He's fighting you.
Get this thing out of my mouth.
Well, George, you definitely have some amazing aspects to show to the community for, when they come out to Sherwood Forest. And I definitely appreciate everything in the heart and soul that you've put into this place, along with everyone else that has joined, along with the family you've built out here.
Well, you've put a lot of heart and soul in this place too, young man.
I have. I've been attending for the last 8 years now, so it's been definitely a roller coaster, and it's just been amazing. And I've seeing kids who have come out here from being little and now they're just been growing up, and the families I've met, the people that we have touched, it's definitely out of this world. So George, I want to thank you so much, and thank you for letting us come out here and film with you. And everyone, this is our part 1 of Sherwood Forest Fair, behind the scenes on what it takes to put a Renaissance Fair together, and a little bit of a tour. And if you stay tuned, we'll show you a little bit more of the magic and what everyone has been practicing to do. So stay tuned, and
Can't wait to see you guys soon.
yeah, and don't forget, we're always on fanboytv.com, and this is Fanservice.
Bye,
Enjoy.
everybody.
Take care.
That's where the pony camel pin is. Cool. And then out the pirate gate.
Jeffrey, those are some giant horses.
Yes, they are.
There they go.
Now we go practice.
Oh my God, Jeffrey. Those are some giant freaking horses.
So what'd you think about it? This is Sherwood.
I like that one. I like the brown.
Harley likes the brown and white one. That other one's giving me some stank eye.
She thinks she's like, "Where's my food?"
Give me some food,
She's
bitch.
like, "Where's my snack?"
Okay, so we're on there. We've had a fun day at Sherwood, and
We're still in Sherwood. We're driving
we're driving out of it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. LARPers get a really bad rap, and we know that. We've had them on the show before. They're all practicing, coming out here, everyone out here is like a family, and they all make jokes, and they're funny, and they love what they do. There's a passion behind it. Like, they're building. They have so much, like, other Ren fairs. I don't know. I don't think they get a good rep. Jeffrey, is that how I want to put it?
What do you mean, like a good reputation?
Like LARPers get made fun of constantly. Ren fairs get made fun of constantly.
Think about this: LARPers get made fun of. Nerds get made fun of. Anyone that does any kind of thing, like even sports, even gaming, board games, and anyone's going to get made fun of. It's just how our culture has grown up to be. But at the same
it's not
time,
just that; it's within the geek community itself.
It is.
Like LARPers are like the lowest of the rung in geekdom, probably, because that's how they're perceived.
Yes.
So Ren fairs are like one step above LARPers in the geek because we're at the top at Fanservice. We're at the top of the geek hierarchy.
Oh my god. Well, that's everyone has their different appeal of how they view everyone. I think everyone's equal, of course, but I can understand where you're coming from at this. And
it's the thing with geekdom. And out here, everyone loves everybody. They had so much fun. They were all wanting to have fun with us, and it was great. And I haven't been here when they're open, but we were last year. We sent Pocky and Chris Glover out here, and they had a great show. But I don't think people think about what goes on behind it, which is why we came over here to do this. And it was a whole lot of fun. Like, oh my God, Jeffrey. Everywhere we went, there was like lined up to hug Jeffrey because he's been here for like 8 years.
I've been here for 8 years. I was on cast for 6 years, and then I decided to walk away a little bit from cast to take a break because sometimes people just need a break from things. And I decided to start officiating weddings and to bring a different magical aspect to it. And by doing that, by doing that, I can still create memories for people and still be a part of the community that they've built here. And I say community because it is a community. It's a family.
It is a family. It is a community. They live out here. They work out here. His friend that we did an interview with, that's the Fairy Queen. I mean, it's amazing the heart and soul of this place that I feel gets overlooked by the general consensus of LARPers and Ren Fairers.
Mm-hmm.
Completely. I was like that for the longest time. I didn't understand LARPing until I met Chris Glover. And I always saw Ren fairs, but I was like, oh, okay, I don't have the time to go out.
I've been going to Renaissance fairs since 1998.
Since you were a wee little lass.
And, I've gone to several different Renaissance fairs, and this by far is still one of my most favorite ones. And the other one is the Texas Renaissance Fair, which is out in Houston. That is like 10 times big. Of course, they've been around for over 40 plus years. So this
was a good deal of fun, and this was only part one. We have a part 2 planned that you guys are going to love. So thanks for watching Fanservice. Say bye, Jeffrey.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Since Harley's not here, bye, I'm Harley. Have fun. Come shop at my shop where I make leaks.
But stay tuned, everyone. Check out our content, fanboytv.com. Like us on Facebook. Click, like, share, comment, repeat.
And make sure if you're local in Texas, you look for us because we are getting out there more. We're going to do more behind the scenes and things like this. We're going to see us more at the Austin Toy Museum. All sorts of fun things. And I don't have a long enough arm, Jeffrey. You got like fucking monkey arms. I'm about to bleep that out. Oops.
In the meantime, everyone, check out Sherwood Forest Renaissance Fair. You're going to love it. They're amazing people.
There they go, Ren Fair.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Bye.
Bye.